We were looking at the radial productivity of sugar maples in Fundy National Park.
Sugar maples are one of the key tree species in Fundy National Park. They're one of the most dominant species in the taller hardwoods. Dendrochronology was something I'd never done before, and I was definitely interested in looking at tree ring cores because they each definitely tell you a story about what has happened in the past in the park. I would say sample collection was definitely a challenge. Sugar maple is also called rock maple, so there's definitely a good reason for that. Coring 20 trees at 2 different sites was definitely not a very easy task. It was great to be part of the environment and really go out there yourself and collect that data.
The most challenging thing in the lab work was measuring the tree rings and creating a chronology.
Sugar maples are one of the most difficult tree species in our area to measure and to cross-date, and so when you combine those two things, it was quite challenging. So our results revealed a decline in the radial productivity of sugar maples beginning in around the 1970s, followed by about a 20-year suppression period.
The most surprising thing would be the fact that a radial growth was below the low productivity threshold for such a long period of time.
The most important result that we found was that there is initial recovery of the growth of the tree rings.
Very interesting to see how such a small piece of wood could tell you so much about the history of a place, especially because tree ring chronology goes for hundreds and hundreds of years. I wasn't here 100 years ago, but I can have a good idea of what happened 100 years ago, right?
My favorite part about this project was doing the fieldwork in Fundy. Being able to explore out in the park was an experience I never had before.
In addition to it just being a really enjoyable experience, I think being in the forest and actually getting to collect the cores ourselves made me really invested in the question, and it gave meaning to the work that we were doing for the rest of the term.
I would say there are 2 big things that I got out of this project. First thing would be working with other people. The second one is the analytical skills come with the project, right?
I think the most important aspect of this course, well, it was the opportunity to conduct real research. It's an opportunity to actually do something meaningful.